From the shadows of the past to the spotlight of today, a celebration of the Phoenix Mercury's unforgettable legacy. The Indiana Fever is one of the most iconic franchises in the WNBA, carrying with it the tradition and passion of the state of Indiana for basketball. Founded in 2000 as part of the league's expansion process, the team was born under the management of Pacers Sports and Entertainment, the same organization responsible for the NBA's Indiana Pacers. From its inception, the Fever brought to Indianapolis the expectation of maintaining the state's reputation as the heart of basketball in the United States. Their debut, however, was difficult. The team finished the 2000 season with just 9 wins and 23 losses, occupying the last position in the Eastern Conference. The first years were marked by ups and downs, still without significant results, but they served to establish an identity and build a loyal fan base at what was then Conseco Fieldhouse, now called Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Although the beginnings were modest, one player would completely change the course of the franchise soon after. In 2001, the Indiana Fever drafted Tamika Catchings, a University of Tennessee winger considered one of the brightest prospects in women's basketball. Due to an injury, she wouldn't debut until 2002, but when she finally stepped onto the court, she made an immediate impact. Named Rookie of the Year that year, Catchings led the Fever to their first playoff appearance, and from that point on, became the absolute symbol of the franchise. Throughout her career, Tamika collected awards, including 5 WNBA Defensive Player of the Year honors, as well as frequent All-Star Game appearances and recognition as one of the greatest players in league history. Her leadership and dedication on and off the court shaped the Indiana Fever's identity. The 2000s were a decade of steady ascent. In 2005, the team achieved its first playoff series victory, eliminating the New York Liberty. In 2007, they came close to reaching the Eastern Conference Finals, but were defeated by the Detroit Shock. The highlight of that era came in 2009, when the Fever reached the WNBA Finals for the first time. Led by Catchings and Katie Douglas, the players staged a historic series against Diana Taurasi's Phoenix Mercury. The contest went all the way to Game 5, but the title narrowly escaped them. Even so, it was clear that the Indiana Fever were ready to compete on equal terms with the league's powerhouses. Their peak, however, would only come in 2012, an unforgettable year for the franchise. Led by Tamika Catchings, alongside players like Katie Douglas, Brianne January, Erlana Larkins, and Shavante Zealous, the Fever reached the finals again, this time against the mighty Minnesota Lynx, the defending champions, and boasting a star-studded roster featuring Maya Moore, Simone Augustus, and Lindsay Whalen. Against all odds, the Indiana Fever won the series 3-1 and captured their first WNBA title. Tamika Catchings was crowned Finals MVP, securing the trophy that was missing from her stellar career. In the following years, the Fever remained competitive. In 2015, they returned to the finals, again against the Minnesota Lynx, but were defeated 3-2 in an equally thrilling series. It was the last great breath before the end of an era. In 2016, after 15 seasons of absolute dedication, Tamika Catchings retired, leaving a gigantic legacy. Her numbers are impressive: over 7,300 points, 3,300 rebounds, 2,000 assists, as well as 12 playoff appearances and the 2012 title. Catchings' retirement marked the end of a golden era for the Fever. Starting in 2017, the team entered a period of difficulties. They failed to reach the playoffs for 6 consecutive seasons, with poor campaigns and numerous changes in the roster and coaching staff. The team had some of the worst records in the league during this period. Still, names like Kelsey Mitchell, drafted in 2018 and quickly transformed into one of the greatest scorers in franchise history, helped keep the flame of competitiveness alive. Tamika Catchings herself returned in a new role as general manager from 2019 to 2021, guiding the team through the rebuilding process. Hope for a new era began in 2023, when the Fever had the first pick in the draft and selected Aliyah Boston, a center from South Carolina. Boston made an immediate impact in her rookie season, being named Rookie of the Year and showing that she could be the team's new benchmark. The following year, in 2024, came the pick that would reignite the franchise's flame and put the Indiana Fever back on the world map. Caitlin Clark, a star point guard from the University of Iowa, considered one of the greatest college players in history. Clark's arrival was a turning point. His games broke television ratings records, packed arenas everywhere, and the Fever once again became one of the most talked-about teams in the sport. Alongside Aliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell, Clark formed a young and promising core, capable of restoring the franchise to the competitiveness of the Tamika Catchings era. More than that, Clark's presence transformed the Fever into not just a basketball team, but also a cultural phenomenon, attracting sponsors, media, and fans from all over the world. Over more than 2 decades, the Indiana Fever has experienced ups and downs, but has built a trajectory marked by resilience and passion. From the difficult early days, through the golden era of Tamika Catchings, to the rebuilding phase and renewed hope with Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston. The franchise's history reflects the growth of women's basketball in the United States. The Fever doesn't just represent Indiana, it's also an essential part of the WNBA, inspiring new generations of players and fans around the world. And that's the story of the Indiana Fever. From their first steps in the WNBA to today, with renewed hope for a new generation of stars.